Oh, Pittsburgh, your gray days can be so tough to take. The winter blues has set in for many of us, making us grouchy or sluggish.
It was a sort of emotional paralysis. It zaps energy. You know, to work, to raise families in the midst of this is really difficult.
Long stretches without sun impact Chris Vanderberg.
I read a fact recently that said seasonal affective disorder is estimated to affect 10 million Americans. So if you're anything like the 10 million people that suffer from the winter blues, which I strongly do, then this video is for you. Winter. It's this thing, it happens every year, it's inevitable. Spring, summer, fall, winter. I know it's coming, but every year it hits me harder and harder, and I just fall into that funk of the winter blues and seasonal depression. And I mean, the only people I've found that like winter are people that ski or snowboard or do winter activities. Well, I don't do any of those things, so therefore I hate it. I literally despise winter. I hate the cold. I mean, think about it. You wake up, it's dark. 8 hours later, it gets dark again. You feel tired and you look at your phone and you go, holy shit, it's only 6:30.
I am dead inside.
Your skin gets real dry and cracked. My knuckles bleed. My lips get chapped. You know, my skin is pale. My eyes get bloodshot. What is there to like about winter? I mean, they say the devil is related to fire and stuff like that, so when you go to hell, you're in fire. Well, my hell would just be like somewhere where it's winter year-round. Okay, let's reel it back a bit. Started getting really carried away. Like I said, it comes every year, and I know it's coming every year. So over the course of the past couple years, I've been trying new things to help myself not fall into such a funk. And I can honestly say, all jokes aside, I have done the best I have this winter than any other winter. And it's because of some of these things that I'm gonna share with you. And you know, if these things help me, then they'll definitely help you. So here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is this light therapy lamp. These things are becoming really popular nowadays for their benefits. Honestly, the last time I went to a doctor, she recommended me one of these things when I talked about my seasonal depression. These things are really cool. You can find it on Amazon for probably about 30 bucks, and it's really helpful, I gotta be honest. You can turn it on and it shines the same UV lights as the sun does, and you can pick your increments of time for how long you wanna sit next to it, all the way up to an hour. I usually sit next to it for about 20-30 minutes. It actually has 3 levels too. This is the dimmest, middle, and then super bright. And it's obviously not a cure-all, but I do have to say that when I wake up in the morning, come downstairs and it's gray outside, it's cold, it's windy, it's miserable. When you sit next to this, you know, I sit, I read, I have breakfast, drink a cup of coffee. After you're done, you really do feel a little bit better. I actually just got this for Christmas, so I'm fairly new to using it, but from my experience so far, I like it a lot. So if you're anybody that deals with seasonal depression, I would definitely recommend getting yourself a light therapy lamp. 30 bucks, can't really beat it. The next one's pretty simple, but it's important. Vitamins. I take a vitamin D3. The main thing we miss out on in the wintertime is the sun, aka vitamin D. I take a vitamin B12 pill because I've been eating super plant-based lately. And also just the other day I went out and bought this protein powder, 1 scoop, 20 grams of protein, ensure I get enough protein in the day, and it's been working out. You know, vitamins are important. I probably could take some more, maybe an iron, omega-3, but take your vitamins. One thing I will admit that I'm not always super consistent at, but I've noticed that when I do it, I go throughout the day with more of an appreciation for things, and that is writing down a gratitude list or making a gratitude journal. I typically sit down and write 10 things that I'm thankful for, and what it does is it kind of makes us realize that life isn't as bad as we make it out to seem. We all dramatize things and blow things out of proportion, and if you break it down, typically things aren't that bad. It reminds us of all the things that we do have and all the things that we can be grateful for and that we should appreciate, because sometimes negativity does weigh out the positives, and it's nice to just sit down and remind yourself of those things we all should be grateful for. Yo.
Hey, were you just calling me?
Yes. One of the absolute main things that helps me out when I'm ever feeling down or depressed or upset is to call a loved one. Call somebody that makes me smile, makes me laugh, just takes my mind off things for a while. And I live in Pittsburgh now, so I don't always get to see my family. So, I FaceTime them, send them a call, chat. I love seeing and talking to my niece, Lila.
Lila has to tell you what she discovered that Alexa can do yesterday.
Alexa, phone.
It always helps, and if nothing else, it just gets my mind off things for the time being. Honestly, out of all of these things, that probably helps me the absolute most. And to go right along with that topic, if you don't feel like calling somebody, if you don't feel like chatting or whatever, there's nothing like sitting back and just putting on something funny, something that'll make you laugh, that'll make you feel good. The Office, that 70s show, Workaholics.
Endures wearing a towel like a woman. That's funny, dude!
It doesn't matter how many times I've seen these things, I throw them on and I just laugh. You guys also know I've said in my previous videos I'm super into listening to positive content, and I've been really into this podcast lately called On Purpose with Jay Shetty. It's apparently the #1 health podcast out there. He has so many amazing people on there. They talk about finding your purpose, they talk about mental health issues, a lot of things that a lot of people deal with that, we just have a hard time talking about. One of the most important things in the entire world, in my opinion, not just for seasonal depression or wintertime or anything, is to have a hobby. Music, writing, reading, painting, drawing, whatever it may be. Something that when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel stressed out, if you pick up whatever that is and start doing it, then you just get lost. You get focused, you get into that sense of flow, and for that brief period of time, nothing matters in the whole entire world except that one thing. And that is guitar for me, that is music for me. I play a little bit of piano, but mainly my guitar. It's a really good thing to find a hobby. Meditation is something I've been practicing a lot lately. It's not easy, but it's probably the most effective thing you can ever do for stress and being overwhelmed. To just stop everything and breathe. Even if you just do it for 10 minutes, it will bring you more peace and you will feel way better than before you did it. One of the most important things we can do for our mental health as people, in my opinion, if we're ever feeling down, or upset, or just, want to get our mind off things, besides going to work, is just get out of the house. Get out, interact, be social, engage, hit up a friend, go to a local concert by yourself, do something. But the most important thing while you're doing all of these things is to make sure you surround yourself with positive people. I mean, think about it. If you're ever feeling down or upset, hanging out with somebody that's negative is only going to bring you down even farther. You don't want to hang out with those people that have a bad outlook on life or just put out bad vibes. You want to surround yourself with somebody that's positive, lifts your spirits, challenges your brain to think in a different way, pumps you up, makes you excited to just go do something, to go out, be social, interact, engage with people that are positive, like I said. In my opinion, it's one of the best natural medicines we can ever give ourselves. So before I bring this video to a conclusion, there's one more thing I just want to add really quick. It's something I wasn't going to talk about because I didn't want to sound hypocritical because I'm not doing it right now, but that is exercise. I was a big advocate in the past and I kind of fell out. Unfortunately, recently, I just have other obligations financially, can't really afford a gym membership, and I'm sorry, but this might sound like an excuse, but I'm just not the type of person that wants to come out and run in 30-degree weather. So if you're like some of those people that I see right there that's running, look at this. Much appreciation to you, because that is just not, I don't want to do that. I'm freezing right now just sitting here. But like I said earlier in this video, none of these things are cure-alls. They're not fix-alls. You're not going to feel 100% overnight, and I remind myself of that all the time. But if you do apply a lot of these things to your life, you will eventually start to feel better. And even if you go throughout your day feeling 10, 20, 30% better, that's better than zero. These have been recommended to me by doctors. I've read articles, books on these things, and I just wanted to share them with you guys if you're unfamiliar with any of them. But I'm going to keep kicking. Can't wait till spring. I'm going to be posting videos more frequently, so please come back, subscribe. Hope to see you soon. Peace out. Thanks for watching.